focus, yeah, I've once had a quote that said, "It is much, it is, it takes less effort to build a strong man than to repair a broken man." Understand?
It's true.
Because most men, and I was like my dad was around. It is a taboo in a black society for a young man to say that there was a man in the house who I looked up to.
True.
Understand? I'm not justifying the men who are doing what they're doing.
Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to yet another exciting episode brought to you by Ghetto Media. My name is Hendrik Ledwaba, and this is Influential Mondays with Mr. HL. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, do like, subscribe, send your feedbacks as well. We value your comments. Like I said, the caliber of the leaders that we bring on this platform, they are very educational people, very informative, and today is no different. I have a special brother in studio with me. He goes by the name of Lunga Madonsela. He is the author and development system and a leadership speaker as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Influential Mondays. I present to you Mr. Lunga Madonsela. Hola.
My good sir.
Okay.
I'm good and yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
The last time we met, I came to your event in KwaThema, right?
Yes.
And one thing that stood out for me that day, like when I was looking for the venue, when Kanubona Mateza so.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's it. We call it
Oh.
Yeah, it's mini cat.
Because Mina Ekaslan, we only use amatics even for locals. So when you go to these other places, like even Umamano Mchale Cosmo, so when I started going that site, I realized when I'm advanced.
Oh yeah, like David Toy.
Yeah, so and then even with you guys, I'm a teaser buyer because it's more of mini taxis, right?
Yeah, we also have our meter taxis there. They're like USA.
But nonetheless, man, I'm a big fan of what you guys do. Skeem, GP Foundation, Jessica, the team, Petsin as well. We'll speak about that later on. But before we can get into everything, for people that don't know who you are, just give us a brief description about Lunga Madonsela.
That's one of the difficult questions to answer. I don't know why every time I'm asked that, I have to really. I remember the first time I went to an job interview. Then they were like, "Tell us about yourself." For a moment, I stood on there. They really was distraught, but they just said, "No, it's fine." My name is Lunga Madonsela. Born in Tsakane. I'm a miracle baby.
Sure.
I was born after 12 months. So my mother carried me for 12 months.
Sure.
So we moved into the 13th month. They said, "No, you have to do an operation." That moment, they said one would survive, because for you to both survive, chances are very slim.
Yeah.
It's either the baby or the mom. By the grace of God, we both are alive.
Wow.
When I had to go to nursery school, went to stay with my grandmother, stayed there, Danko.
Yeah, from the face.
Danko, you know that. We were bullied because everyone around me, my parents were also. Yeah. So the chain of entrepreneurship, I think it started there. That's how it started. You understand? So I'm a leadership speaker, very passionate about leadership, very passionate. I think as we go on, we will then speak, how did I get to that part? Yeah. So in brief, that's me.
Oh, yeah. So you are going to claim this thing, Ipene Plus, like everything you grew up KwaThema, it thought fun you hosting events that side.
Yeah, for now, but I think it's high time that I move away. because one thing that I've seen, doing things where you were born. Even the Bible, I'm a Christian.
Yes, I was about to say about the scripture that
Yeah.
you'll never be appreciated.
Yes. That even Jesus himself, the Messiah, he was not celebrated that much where he was born. You understand? So I was a pen plus. And I think one thing that made me to stay so long where I was born, and it was my place of comfort.
Yeah, true.
You understand?
True.
And you are safe. Because when I do this, I know Banban will come through in my event. But now it's high time that I move. But I've been around. I've went to Zimbabwe. I've went to Limpopo. I've been around. I've went around.
You're breaking now. So Iskela.
Iskela. Also, so Iskela, I started at a school called Tutulan. Close because of.
It's funny because I also started at Tutukane. Tswelopele, but then
it was Tutukane season.
Oh, it was Tswelopele, and then they later, now it's called, I think it's day by day. Yes.
Okay. So when I attended there. Then later on, I went to JE. So when I went to JE, I decided I want to go stay with my dad.
Sure.
So my dad stayed in a small suburb called Poland Park. So I stayed there for a while. So JE was far. So I then moved to a school called Lefaiv. When I got there, but the most shocking thing that when I got there, I became part of the RSR the first day I got there. Like literally called no, the following day, then the following day we're choosing RCL. They were like, no, we're choosing that new guy.
Why did they like you that much? They saw something in you.
I'd want to say that they saw something, but one thing that I realized, when you attend at public school, and when you become very well spoken when it comes to English, so it sets you apart.
You even intimidate some of your peers.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was not chosen by guys. I was chosen by ladies. I like how you speak and stuff. I'm like, I understand. We like how you speak and talk. Do you see what I'm saying? Then you win based on the ladies help you. Understand? So I was elected by ladies, voted by ladies. You understand? Yeah.
And then life after matric.
I studied law. I studied LLB.
Why do you have? Your life is so interesting. Like from law, leadership, public speaking, writing books. Did you know when you were studying law that these are some of the things that you want to do in the near future, like where you are today, or it's things that maybe along the way, Malu, could I just discover them?
To be honest with you, I remember when my dad, because I had to go to varsity in PE, my dad was reluctant because of his past experience as a young boy in Eastern Cape. So he was reluctant for me to leave. And he asked me one thing when I had to leave. He sat down with me. He said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know. I want to speak." That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to speak. So the journey of me becoming a speaker, it started in 2010. So that means it was before I finished my school. So it started in 2010. That was from an aspect of preaching.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I preached was 2010, 16 June at the youth conference. That's when I started. I've been preaching from that day till today, and I'm also a speaker. You
love God. Even during that event that I attended, I think we started with prayer and you were giving us the word of God, because it was more of Christianity and interacting as well with the business side.
Yes. I believe personally that all of us are sent to different mountains. There's this thing that in Christianity, if you study, they call them the 7 spheres of influence. You understand? We can't all, because we are gifted to speak, fight for the pulpit. You understand? We are all called to influence different spaces. Some are called to influence the business sector. Some are called the education sector. And for us to expand our constituency as believers, we really need to go to spaces that are foreign. Understand? We grew up where if you're a Christian, the only place that is meant for you was church. You understand?
Even in terms of speaking, because now, like you said, you being a preacher at church, it's something that you can still do off church and become a public speaker.
Exactly. Because one thing that you have to understand, we become powerful when we dominate in other spaces. Remember, the olden day Christianity was go to church, love God, done.
Sure.
But the more you now when you speak to a different generation. You're speaking with a generation that says, "Now I don't want to participate in that because it's full of poverty." I can't say we quote for instance scripture that the roads in heaven are paved with gold, but I'm poor here.
True.
You understand?
True.
We can't be heavenly relevant but earthly useless. You understand? If you're a believer and you say you're possessing God, I believe we have to be a solution wherever we go. You understand? When you go to a business space, we have to find Christians who are a solution. When you go to education space, we have to find Christians who are. When you go to communities in terms of families, Christians have to be a solution. You understand? You can't be. Church is not in the confines of the buildings of church. You understand?
True.
Yeah.
It's more about serving in every space that you get into, because I like what you said about, I feel like this generation, it's more enlightened in terms of the knowledge that is out there, and even sometimes when they try to scrutinize everything around the scriptures, and it's them saying, but guys, how about doing things this way? How about this is how God, the perspective that you have, that in any space that you tap into, you can go there and serve as a Christian.
Yes. Remember, this generation is not like the us. You know, when you grew up, they will tell you, I remember my mom would say, it's all I'm going to do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's all I'm going to do. The explanation behind that, you
wouldn't even question.
Why? That's how it is. But these ones, they were like, no, you can't tell me that. So we can't dimensional believe. And I said, because we believe this way. These ones, the new generation, ask questions. You understand? So hence, I would say to everyone, the reason why I also host events, let us engage. Let us go deeper in what we believe is right. Let us become a solution, because we can complain about apartheid to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, we have to say, how do we rectify, how do we move forward?
Yes.
Because we can't be stuck in the past. But we can't be oblivious to the fact that the past is affecting who we are.
Yes.
Yes. We have to be. I'm a student of history. I'm a student of history.
Sure.
I study history going back from the likes of Yinza and the Xhosa people. And I also learned something new about recently. How do we call people Abantu? I just learned that recently.
Why?
Called one of the first kings in South Africa is called King Tu.
Oh,
Yes, King Tu. Yes.
He was leading.
Yes, so it's King Tu. King Tu gave birth to King Ngoni. Yes, that's why they said Amangoni, but it's not Amangoni, it's Ngoni. And hence, we believed before the Bible came. So King Ngoni gave birth to Xhosa, gave birth to Xhosa, gave birth to Swati, gave birth to Zulu. So all those tribes connect to. So those people have they call Muntu. Yes.
Let's get into the work that you do, system development.
Yes.
Yeah, just tell us more about that.
Basically, I'm a leadership trainer. So
Sure.
in my journey of helping leaders, it's helping them discover systems within their businesses. You understand? Because one thing that I've realized, I've studied even in the things that I've done previously, that where I failed, we didn't fail because whatever the idea was not smart. We didn't fail because we were not skilled. We failed because we were all over the place. Everyone wanted to do whatever they want at that time. But when we create a system is your presence when you're absent.
Is it promoting efficiency and productivity, or just there's, in terms of the organizational structure or the creation of the structure of the business?
Creating the structure of the business, because once there's a structure, we then can be productive. You understand? Because, for example, we are shooting here. Imagine if there was no system. The guy, the camera, and I also decided, no, move seat, I want to sit now, I also want to. There's a way of doing things. Once you create that, and once you have that and you master that, you then can be productive. You understand? As we were speaking earlier on, that most black businesses, we want to do everything based on, we're so obsessed about titles, not about function.
And the 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying. For example, when you ask me, so what I do, so I own a business, I'm
the CEO.
Yeah, I'm the CEO. But the question is, what does the CEO do? We also have to have a conversation. What does the CEO do? Understand? You fetch your friend who knows nothing about finance, and you give him the title. No, this one is a CFO. Because you notice who there's a CFO. But what does it do? You also have,
and maybe school lesson.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's not, and I'm 400% plugging people is schooling up. But let us place people within their skill
and do it based on merit.
You understand? So that's what I'm for. And because sometimes I'm a person who, so that we can come to and say, you can let that one go. Because sometimes sentiment has killed a lot of business.
Too much.
Too much. You know that this person is not effective in what they're doing, but because guys, you know. You understand? So those are the things that I come in organizations, and I try and sit there.
It goes. I think it goes hand in hand with what we were speaking on earlier on about James Clear, when he says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Your systems will help you to achieve your goals step by step.
Yes.
Because sometimes having a goal and a vision, it's all nice and well, but do you have a structure that can help you to attain those goals?
Yes, exactly. You look at a car. When you look at a car, if you would come in a car, and when you come in a car, you find a driver holding an engine, how comfortable would you be?
Never.
And he's not holding it. You know that thing is dysfunctional, so you're not going to trust it. But when you come in and everything, when you build a business, we have to build a business like a car. Understand? An engine has to do its tires have to do. You understand?
To complement each
other. You understand? So that's what we do when we build the business.
Synergy.
Yes. Because we're so obsessed about selling something that is not. But here's the thing that I also learned. We start, we go, something with developers, we go. Because we can't, when we wait to have a perfect system to move. Because remember, you can have the best system before you start. Only to find out, it's not working. It's not working for this vision.
You have to tweak it, adjust here and there.
Yes, you become stubborn with the vision, but be flexible with the methods. So you're stubborn with the vision, but the methods you are. Because, for example, if you're traveling, I'm from Springs, I'm traveling this side. If there's traffic, I can't be stubborn that I want to use this route, I want to use that, I can't change. I said I changed the route, but at the end of the day, my vision where I'm going, it hasn't changed. I'm just gonna change how I'm getting there.
Because now even the fourth industrial revolution, it requires you to always enhance your capabilities and always try to adjust. There's a time where we're using a 3310.
Yeah.
You can't be stuck on 3310 in public phones with this is where I grew up, this is my era. The world is leaving you behind.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a public phone sales here. It's done justice for us in its time, At least we saw as a phone.
I remember that era. I was young, but I do remember. Lawa growth in the continent.
Yeah, one rand per minute.
But it was hard saying I love you.
Because there's a And the movie don't understand I love you. So also moved to I love you and the British number only. So that was
Yeah.
But my school in my seven at least so I'm getting come and baby, I love you.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's something like that. You grow. If you look at now, you no longer invest that much when it comes to traditional marketing.
Sure. Yes.
To say that I'm paying the newspaper too. And I said, you still
Yeah.
do it, but it's not. And I said, exactly.
Now we have your different social media platforms.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the future of branding, it's personal, because in social media, you like now, you're a personal brand.
Exactly.
Yes. Based on who you are and the work that you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, your book?
My book, it is titled Leadership.
Shift?
Yeah, Leadership.
Okay, or as in like shifting?
Yeah.
Oh,
shift,
okay.
Yeah. Firstly, the inspiration was given by my mentor, Prophet Elijah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had a conference at church that was called Leadership. That's a very nice, because I started writing the book before I had a title for it.
Same here, even with my second book, now I'm writing, but I don't know the title. Like you got the content and like, and then you don't know what to call the book.
So he titled me, so I was inspired by him. So because I was busy writing the book, so I was like, okay, Leadership, yeah, that's a very nice one. And later on, I found out that Miles Monroe have a book with a similar title.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's so nice. Because one thing about me, I'm a product of different people. You understand? And one thing that I've learned is I didn't invent any information, I just expanded information. In my book, I wouldn't say that I'm the only one with this information. I'd be lying to you. Like I can say that so that the viewers will be like, I didn't do this. But that's not the truth.
To sound smart.
That's in my book, what you see there, no one knows that. I'm the only one who. I'm not. I just expanded the information from different people. As I said that I've been impacted by my mentor, Prophet Elijah, Miles Monroe, Simon Sinai. So those are the people that have impacted me, and there are a lot of them. There are tons of them. So my book, it's those things, but the thing is, when you listen to the other writers, they write from the perspective of the world that they live in. I write from the perspective of the world that I'm in. You understand? Because, for example, it's just like a comedy. You understand?
Sure. You
would watch a comedy and people say, hey, see this in the ghetto. I'm like, okay, I don't relate with this person, but I see that they're laughing. So that means whatever she's saying, it's funny. You understand? I feel Skeem, I show something with Skeem because I can relate. Kolama joke, for example, most of you America and make that joke.
It's like someone was saying, there's a who would find Trevor Noah very funny, and then there's someone else who would find Uskumba funny, and Trevor Noah might not be pleased or entertained by content that is cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, for example, like in the room, I'm sure we all use public transport.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know that if someone will make a joke about it, you're trying to open the door is coming out and you have to now balance it.
Sure.
But now speak to somebody from America, they don't know that because they use meter taxi. Understand? So hence some of the things that I try to write, I'm trying to be relevant to the market. However, not confine myself to the South African market. Because I believe that I'm meant to be a global speaker, but I start somewhere.
Globalist.
Yeah, I'm a global citizen.
Yeah, it's like a
yeah. Then I look up to that guy.
I wish him it's your thing.
Because that's the funny thing mentioning Muvusi. The first time I had gig to speak, I spoke in his school. In Watville. In Watville, yes. So that was my first, and I'm like, oh, it's a sign. I'm trying to collect the grace. I told the guy, no, this is a sign. And I said, yeah.
Have you shared a stage maybe in IOVT?
Soon.
Oh, wow.
So,
I love how optimistic you are.
I have no choice, my guy. I have no choice. Remember, China, some of us were not given advantages, we build our advantages. No one would say, I'm a go-get. I'm a go-get. I see something that I want, I take to do it. I want this.
Okay, you're still saying building with pride.
The biggest problem with us, we want to build with pride. I'm one person who believes that your value is, you don't claim value, you build it. Understand? You can't come and no one knows you and be like, I charge 50,000 because I know my worth. Worth is built.
True.
You understand? So we have to build our value, our wealth. So we don't build from an aspect of pride. We have to, however, we know who we are. We work hard to show other people who we are.
Sometimes, you know what you're saying, there's this quote that I love. It's success, it's something that you attract by the person you become. It's not something that you pursue. So in some cases, the biggest mistake that people make is to chase success. When you speak about your values, that you build this whole thing, the value that you're gonna have, it's something that you build and constantly try to enhance and improve over time, and eventually people will know about you and they will be paying what you are worth at the time. It's not something that you just like you just say, don't get it. No, now my value is this much.
Exactly. For example, it's sometimes not about talent. Talent alone is not enough.
Sure.
There are some, and let me tell you something. The most depressed people are the most talented people. Trust me. The more talented you are, the more you're susceptible to depression. Why? There's some type of platform when you sit and like, but guys, I'm better than that person.
True.
Given a chance, I show them films. I'll use one person that I look up to this guy. Understand?
Sure.
I can't say because I feel that I'm a good speaker, I can charge the same amount he's charging because he has built that over the years.
Yeah, he's been speaking for more than 20 years.
The
he's
platform.
Been speaking since he was 16.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
This person has great platforms too. So I have to build that capacity. Because when you come to him, like the first question was, where have you spent? What have you? Who have you developed? What have you done? So you can't come like I charge 100,000 also. Because apparently the last time I checked, I can't remember what was that. For him to endorse your brand, it's 500,000.
And I think he's the most expensive speaker in South Africa or in Africa.
Do you see what I'm saying? You build that. Understand? You can't be a DJ. You only have DJ, Tavenia, as a company, maybe back book, at a big event, guys, I charge 200,000. Yeah, understand.
Look at, I think, Unat Coffee.
Do you see what I'm saying?
From Shana, you still remember the coffee?
Yes.
To where he is today.
He builds it now. The even like at that time and now, it's two different things. So that's what I'm saying. We must build up. Let's be humble. Let's have confidence. Let's know who we are, but let's be humble enough to understand what we're building this brick by brick.
Humility.
You understand? And the humility is not taking over who I am. Understand? I know that put me in the state, I know that I'm good. Me, a person, I'm good.
Sure.
I don't doubt myself. You understand? But one thing, if you can find me amongst great people, I hardly speak. You understand? Right now, amongst my peers, I have opinions. When you find me in rooms, if the likes my mentors, if you find me in the room with Skeem and Rasoli, you'll hardly hear me speak. And so in some situations, I have an input in this, but I don't speak. The problem is you want to impress people who should be learning from the information. You understand? Then they keep quiet, let's listen to you.
But arrogance will make you want to compete with
people you're supposed to learn from.
Exactly.
So when I enter, when they speak, and what's this card, I don't always agree with people that mentor me, but I always keep quiet, I always learn. What's this card, that's a need to go in. and it's not necessarily wrong. It's based on the perspective that you're looking from.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily wrong. The perspective if you can sit with a billionaire here and sit with you, to invest 100,000 now, it's nothing. 100,000. Guys now, about 80,000. I counted them. Do you understand? So we should be humble. So in this limbas as young people who are building, is the pride.
Yeah.
Is the pride. Understand?
And it's important to remain teachable, because the reality of life is this: there's always someone who knows more than you.
As in you might be smart to the level of you, then Nkulunkulu gives you the grace of promotion. When you reach that level, most of grade 1, bones will be grade 1. But most of grade 2, that's a different level. So you have to come with a mind of, I don't know. Understand? The one who says that they don't know are the ones who are most likely to know more. The one that they know, that says that they know everything, most likely they don't know.
No, say that again. The one that says
that they don't know are most likely to learn everything.
Sure.
But those who say that they know everything, most likely they know nothing. As ubobheka amadoda anemali. Amadoda anemali. I remember we went to a church conference. So when we went to a church conference, so there's this guy coming in, you understand? So it was more also about business. So this guy comes in wearing short, always keep his mbashi, you understand? So now in my mind I'm like, maybe uyadlula ulahlekile, understand? Sihlale move. I think this is kapile.
Yeah, obvious.
You can tell. You can tell that I love dressing good.
Sure.
Especially for my career. That old man sit at the back, understand? There's nothing about that man that says, sharp. It happens with the host, which was the pastor Enoch, and like, hey, can I please have Babos Banban to come and speak? He comes slow and nothing to him that says Maga walk. I want to know Imam say like walk
Sure.
Good day. Slung Salamatime, I say that is a take Slung Salamatime. I'm sorry. Shut down when that man spoke. I was like, yeah. Imagine if you didn't disrespect him. This man said that in 2010, every president that the team was part of the World Cup, I have a number 1. Every president of the country. I've traveled almost the whole world. Every stadium here in South Africa that had to be surveyed and checked that it was convenient and proper to host people. I was one of the people who were authorizing that.
So he was one of the panels that were
exactly. So that means that person is so City.
Moses Mabiri.
Get what because his signature was also part of those people. But when that person walked in, like it being up on the line. They understand. But if you know chance now I'm sharing a project, if you project manage, when he walks in the room, no government feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm here. You know, umuntu bamshanga uyi-team leader spanning. Adelele ngabe CEO. Nakangena sekumanje ntatazele sekafuna ukwenzela amatiya lemali.
And usasephansi kwi-structure.
There's
still other people more way above him.
Exactly. One of the things that I realize when it comes to leadership, people say that you can't learn leadership, which I believe is a lie.
True, very
it's
true.
A lie. You learn leadership. You understand? It's just like any talent. To some comes much easier. To some they have to be deliberate in learning it.
Yeah, and work twice as hard.
You understand?
Yeah.
But leadership is something that there are some people who develop skills with leadership. And I said that I believe in leadership. If you would ask me to define leadership, very simple. My leadership, a leader is a person who inspires others to act. Done.
Yeah, true.
I understand. So when you're placed in a position, and I said, don't make other people feel that you're powerful. Inspire them to do more. Understand? If the best leader, if you want to be the best leader also, 90 millions, you don't fight to be, you can fight to be the first, but don't fight to be the only.
Because leaders have to create other leaders, not followers.
Exactly.
You can't be the only one.
Exactly.
So mele mawuphuma, whoever that you are paving the way forward.
It should be easy for them. And I said, you can't have everyone who comes after you starting from scratch.
Very true.
Yeah.
Skeem GP Foundation.
Skeem GP Foundation.
Sure. I think he was there as well. Skeem GP, Patsy, Jessica.
Yeah.
There's this guy who sells women's hair. He was arrested to sell women's hair. That's my. Yeah. So you guys. Oh, he's your mentor as well.
He's my mentor. How I met Oprah sold. Let me tell you how I get to Skeem.
Okay, sure.
This podcast that talks about
Sure.
I'm listening to this guy and search on Facebook, Kamala accept. Understand? Now, when host a webinar, and I said, I texted, I want to be one of the speakers, and they were like, oh, no problem, very chill.
Sure.
Like, I know it's fine, and it's like, is it free? Is it free? I'm like, yeah, it's for free. And how he calls me, he loves to say my guy.
Sure.
He said, no, my guy. You should stop giving people things for free. Yeah, and I said, stop doing that. Then I said, always try to make money in everything that you do. Yeah, I said. I'm like, all right. Now remember, the reason why I'm doing webinar is safer.
Sure.
That's why it's safer. Webinar, no matter 3, 4. I jump. He said, no matter what 4. Actually, I'm going to the first. As long as I'm going to, I jump. Most of the conference, a live conference, I say, I'm going to 8.
Yeah, yes.
And most of the conference, we are paying up this customer says, you are one case, it's not one, we moved up there, I'm not 3.
And if I need to lose this event,
it's a 70, you understand?
We need careful.
And it kept good. You understand? So I'm speaking to him. Jens and webinar, and she was like, nah, go for it. Go start. So my first conference base is failing. It was successful. But it been a matter to drop by guest speaker day before. The first guest speaker drop a day before.
I've been there, I know.
And so
some they will drop you the morning during the event, like 2 hours before the event.
Easy. So why didn't they say to them like it's fine, no balance, I still have my guests, so. In the morning, while I'm preparing, every time when I host the event, I'm always the first one to get there. I get there 2 to 3 hours before. You understand? Everyone knows your event, I'm sure I want to.
Yeah, I'm too later.
I get there. I'm not even wearing my suit because I'm there to work.
Yeah, sure.
So I get there, mom figure, I receive a text. The second guest doesn't drop. Like 4 people. Second one then drop. Call Rotman. I call Oprah so Rotman. This is what's happened. It's fine. The event will continue. To the event. Come the second one. When I come to the second one, he called me and said, I'm part of his Skeem GP now. He is now COO. Then I said, come to the beginning bees.
Sure.
So when I was handling the book part of it. So I meet who writes and look at who's Skeem GP.
Sure.
I met him there. Then there was a birthday celebration. That was.
I thought Skeem GP was his real name.
Really?
Like no multiply, it makes sense. Because you can't be Skeem. Sure.
So it was a birthday celebration. He said, "Come over." Not everyone is invited, but I'm inviting you. So that's when I became close. So now I'm part of the franchise Skeem GP. I also have my own foundation that I'll be launching in January called the Men of Gideon. I love God. I love God.
Even this morning, I think you posted something about him, about something not spiritual. So I can't remember.
Yeah, I love God. I love God.
Yeah.
I love God. With everything that I do, I make sure that I involve God, and I do my best that in every room that I enter, people know that I believe in God. And undoubtedly so.
Okay, before we wrap it up, Skeem GP and your foundation, what do you guys do exactly? Because I know that you guys have different franchises in different areas.
Yes.
Sure.
So, the reason why I was comfortable with a part of Skeem GP does not own talents.
Sure.
Or they will span a team. No. Start your own thing and partner with us, so that when we push our vision, you also push yours.
Sure. Yeah.
So Skeem GP have different pillars.
Sure.
We speak about a prison ministry, where they go to prison and speak to you. Understand? Speak about a portfolio GPV. You understand? Speak about the schools visits. That's it.
Track.
Yeah, so that's part of the school. Then we also have social development. Then they also have a podcast.
Yes.
Against the wall.
Yes.
And speak about it.
No, rain.
Against the wall.
Sure.
They also have a podcast called Against the Wall, which is doing very well.
I've seen it. They are growing fast. They're growing very, very fast.
So those are the pillars. Mine, it's more on men.
The men of Gideon.
It's the men of Gideon. Mine focus. I have once had a quote that said, it takes less effort to build a strong man than to repair a broken man.
It's true.
Because most men, when I was like my dad was around, it is a taboo in a black society for a young man to say that there was a man in the house who I looked up to.
True.
Understand? I'm not justifying the men who are doing what they're doing, but most of them, they've never seen how a man in the house handles anger. Understand? So I've never seen dad makakwati lutwenza. And so if dad makakwati push up, at least now I have an example. You understand? And most times I've realized that men are not reacting to the problem.
These men, they grew up without, like you said, time. Now you grow and you have to lead a family structure. You've never seen your father, or even someone maybe like me and myself, I've never had a male figure to mentor. And now as you grow, you need to lead your own family. It becomes a problem because it's something that you've never experienced not personally, since you've existed.
And another thing, remember, the previous generation, till we had the different dispensation in terms of men. Why am I saying that? We also, the foundation that I'm starting also, it also men who are experienced teaching that those who come after them, in the sense of
sure.
Let's say you stay with your wife, you pay the nails done, you understand? You come to work, let's say maybe the director of the podcast is a woman, and then you have a woman that is taking instruction from you. You get to work, that's a different ballgame. You understand? That person now will be like, why are you late?
Sure.
Why are you late? Understand? So that transaction you also have to be taught. That's why you find people, females, they struggle to lead men. Because men are from a jargon. They are the authority, they are the voices.
You are the leader. Now, if you meet a woman who is also
in position based on,
you don't know what to do with her or how to handle her.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Thank you so much for coming through. Social media platforms, if people want to book you, if people want to, hear more about the work that you do, where can they get in touch with you?
Facebook, Lunga Ephronesis Madonsela.
Lunga
Ephronesis.
I saw your profile. I decided to skip Ephronesis because of pronunciation.
Some people say Ephronesis. Ephronesis. Instagram, Lunga Madonsela. TikTok, it's Lunga Madonsela also. Yes, that's me.
No, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming through, and I appreciate even the invitation, the last event that you did, Ekaslako, and good luck in everything that you do. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming
Hope
through.
we meet again.
Definitely. We will share a stage very soon.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it will be you, Vusi, and myself.
you. Shine on.
Nah, I'm just joking. Thank you for coming, bro. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much for tuning through. My name is Hendrik Letwaba, and that was the Monday edition of Influential Mondays with Mr. HL. Until the next episode, stay blessed. Danko.